Hello. We're just going to unpick the United Airlines case study a little bit and discussing further what they did wrong. Then we're going to talk about what they should have done. And we're also going to discuss a little bit about online reviews. So what did they do wrong? Well, initially, they really failed to understand what the issue was. Initially, it was a customer complaint that wasn't responded to. There was no video at this point. Now, to be fair to the comms team, they probably weren't even involved at this point. But had the issue been sorted, it may never have gone to video in the first place. Second, once it had gone to video, they failed to understand the viral nature and the discussions that happen when videos are shared. And they are amusing. Millions of people shared it, millions of people watched it. And I really think that United Airlines really failed to just quite understand exactly what this meant. So United Airlines also failed to understand how one platform story can become the evening news very, very quickly. And I think this is also a case study that highlights the need for your communications team to be closely linked to your complaints team. In many organisations such as banks, this happens, but not in all organisations. And if the complaints team sees a rising issue, they can bring in the comms team and the issue can be sorted out before it gets to the media, or in this case, YouTube.
What they should have done should have happened even before this particular case. What they should have done was to build a community of support, build a community of fans. They should have delivered excellence in service right from the start. And then they would have had a good solid base of online and satisfied customers when one complaint comes through to have balanced it all out. But of course, once something is happening, what should have they done rather than doing nothing is an important thing to consider. And key points are, how about being personal? How about being a real empathetic, understanding organization? If someone's got an issue and something that's so personal and important to them, for this case, a guitar for a musician, how about, I can understand, this is frustrating. I might not have an answer for it right now, but say that you're going to get back to it. Also important is the fact that you've got to be on the social media platforms. In this digital age, things are going to go viral. As Bridget said, viral, it spreads fast. People will pick up on negative comments, much more than positive ones even. And many people have been in a position to be complaintive about big organizations. So what David Carroll did was something that spoke to many people. And so they said, yeah, I experienced that frustration too. I'm going to share this. And so therefore, on and on, it spread. The fact that United Airlines said nothing, did not respond. When they did respond, they said no. That heated it to a new level again. So personalization of message is important, but with all the different social media platforms that we participate on, it's important for an organization to be participating on the social media platforms where the message is being carried, passed on, shared, liked, forwarded. In this case, they could have gone to the musician's website, the Facebook page, YouTube, of course, to be seen as actively commenting. Being part of the conversation is very important. Twitter, instead of stock and standard statements, again, back to being personal, being relevant to the actual situation, should have made this a better case. So in contrast to United Airlines' decision to respond the way they did or not respond, Taylor Guitars, in fact, with their monitoring of social media, picked up on many of these messages, leveraged this situation to boost their profile, become more active on many social media platforms. They offered a guitar to replace David Carroll's broken guitar in the first place. And Sons of Maxwell, the music group, they got more profile. David Carroll became a celebrity in his own increased rank as a spokesperson on customer service as well. So being part of the conversation gives you much more opportunity to be viewed positively.
Yes, that's true, Lydia. But broken guitars and unaccompanied minors and other horror stories set aside, customers are entertained by those videos and they read those news stories, but what they're really paying attention to are online reviews as well. And in fact, there's a lot of research around that now that's validating that we trust online reviews far more than government information or advocacy group information when we want to find out about a certain product or service. So if you're looking at United Airlines online, for example, there are various ratings site, and generally the average sits between 1 and 3 stars out of 5. And people, and that's what research shows as well, so consumer reviews and those people reviewing need to earn your trust as well. They need to provide balanced reviews. And they might write about maintenance problems, lost baggage, all those kind of things. But when you really read between the lines, what it comes down to in regards to United Airlines is staff attitude and, most importantly, communication, and therefore a lack of communication. So no engagement with those people who really want to hear back from you, lack of information when things go wrong, slow response rates, and so on. Another really interesting tool out there is the Edelman Trust Barometer, which gets updated every year. And what they've found over the last few years is that government information and information put out by CEOs and company websites is far less trusted than what they call people just like you. So they talk about consumer-generated media, including search and social, and found that these are the top 2 out of the top 3 information sources when people try to find information and reviews and any kind of information online. In fact, there's a really interesting comment by Michelle Hutton, who's the Global Chair for Consumer Practice at Edelman, who refers to the fact that organisations need to earn attention and actually need to earn the right to be part of the conversation. So the outtake there is that conversations happen online anyway. People are going to review you, and you can't actually manage or control your reputation as such. What you can control and manage is the individual conversations you have with individual customers and other key stakeholders. Okay, so yes, in my opinion, what is important, of course, on one hand, is how quickly an organisation responds and how empathetic they might be. But what's even more important is what happened before, what kind of communication you've distributed before, what kind of relationships you've built, and having your influencers and advocates in line to be able to speak up on your behalf, to emphasise that this might have been a mistake, it might have been a step that's gone wrong, but it doesn't necessarily reflect on your reputation as a whole.